your best, worst, blind protest vlogger in the city of Portland. I am legally blind. Here's my ID. And here's my tripod. There is the Portland Ice Building. And I'm going to connect you up to the tripod. And I'm going to screw things up in the process because, of course, as I said, I am the worst, best worst protest vlogger in Portland. Can I actually, like, zoom the phone on the... There are the protesters on the front line. Why am I way the hell back here when they are all the way over there? Wi-Fi. I am still streaming on Xfinity Wi-Fi from the building behind me. That building. It is a low-income housing building. And when shit happens, they get subjected to all the tear gas and whatnot we do. Hey, I know some of those animals. They are my friends. That is Blaze, the Flagosaurus. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a Flagosaurus, but he's always got his flag, so he's Flagosaurus. Or no, that's not Blaze. That's Bear. I told you I was blind. Zoom. Focus. Focus. Yeah, that's a bear. Is Blaze not over there? I know some of those other guys. No, no Blaze. Okay. Yeah, really, I do suck at this. Let's give you a little height. You were watching a legally blind guy with a phone across the street from the ice building. There's a bear over there, a unicorn, and some relatively normal people. Those are my friends. They're good people. They actually give a fuck. They just have a very weird way of showing it because if you have people wearing balloon animal costumes, it's really fucking hard to believe that they are dangerously violent rioters. Hey, Community Matters. It's another friend of mine from Eugene. You out recording stuff tonight, or things pretty quiet down there in Eugene? Well, since you went and showed up, you just got drafted. Oh, well, I don't expect you to actually go to work for me now. Although, you have been conscripted. If somebody's being a dick, they tend to disappear. And when things get fast with the messages, I do tend to miss stuff. So I appreciate the people I have conscripted removing the crud. None of it gets saved. I have less than 500 subs, so none of it gets saved. So there are a few people out there across the way. There's a few others. Oh, nope, there are not a few others over there at the moment. There have been. Somebody set up a speaker over there. And there are about 10, 15 people behind me. Those guys. Zoom in again. The bear has gotten wheels. So that unicorn over there, the other night, it's my friend Wendy. She was over here. We always wave to our friends on the buses. Bus 40. I am legally blind. I don't drive. So I always wave to the buses as they go by because I live here. This is my home. So anyway, the unicorn over there was standing right next to me where I am now. And somebody in the building behind us who was not as friendly threw some broccoli at her. Rainbow unicorn. Probably vegan. Foomp. That was actually kind of funny. Then a friend of mine was over here talking to me, uses a wheelchair, and they threw an egg at the two of us. Well, that qualifies that person as an asshole. I mean, the broccoli was just actually kind of funny. Brown Zero's grifting. He said he was streaming on TikTok, and he was mostly just making fun of somebody drove a Cybertruck by, so he was mocking the Cybertruck. If that qualifies as grifting, yeah, probably it's easy target. I'd make fun of a Cybertruck too. He just saw it first. I take no money for this stream. There is a Venmo link in the description. Nobody's ever given anything to it. I don't ask people to. If you want to, anything given to me on that goes to upgrade the stream. I am working on trying to get this cellular, and I'm working to build a thing people can roll out. And I mean, I don't care who rolls it out. Left wing, right wing, I don't care. I am happy to build the tool and put it out into the world. The idea is you can use your phone or a GoPro. If you're using a GoPro, you need some extra hardware. And you might want it for a phone too. The extra hardware makes it look like whatever you're using is not a tethered device. It's a little pocket router and a Wi-Fi hotspot. That's good for like here where the cell signal is shit. That's a technical term, by the way. The cell signal out here is shit, which is why I'm on crap Wi-Fi instead. So you've got your local device recording, at least if it's like a GoPro, it will be. Phone, we'll see. But it's also streaming to your home computer, and that can be like over Wi-Fi or over some kind of VPN or something. I don't need it, but we'll set it up so other people who do can. And your home computer can be recording a copy, so that's 2 copies that you own, and streaming to hopefully, possibly multiple sites at once. If you got a TikTok account and a YouTube account, or if you want to put it up on Vimeo, or whatever the fuck you want to stream it to, you can. because it's just OBS. Waving to the... Is that a Volkswagen bus? I think it is. Yeah, so streaming to as many places as you want to stream to. And the idea being, the streaming out to the internet sites happens on your home computer. So like when a YouTube stream ends, it's got to be processed. How far do I live from the detention center? I've said before, I live between where I'm sitting now and OHSU. The local Republicans know where I live, but they also know what rallies they took me to when I was a Republican. So I'm not so worried about them, knowing where I live, because they're not going to break down my door. They used to call me the blind gunner. They probably don't call me that anymore. Not because I don't know how. If you are a pie plate at 10 yards, you will never hurt another living soul. And if you break into my house or my apartment at 3 in the morning, you will probably find me wide awake, and you won't be for long. So, polite neighbors and all that. I was a Republican. I'm not anymore. I left the party when the party decided to go all in on fuck the Constitution, we want dictatorship and fascism. Nope. I took an oath to defend the Constitution at a Multnomah County Republican Party business meeting back when, like, Romney was running for office. And I meant it. I'm trying to think if I recognize Catman Wes or not. I should probably, but the thing is, I cannot actually read people's usernames on my phone very well. I can read what you've written. It's in a nice bright white font, but your names are in kind of gray, and it's hard for me to read. So I often miss who's talking and just try to catch what people are saying, but it's quieter tonight. It'll be less quiet tomorrow. Darren will be back out here tomorrow, and he'll be bringing the sound system, I think. So, and there are other people who stream out here who are better at it. So I don't expect I will get as many, but I see that I have 12 viewers and 5 likes. If you want to help people find my stream, please do the likey thingy. And if you want to actually have what you guys say ever be saved, click the subscribe button. It won't save it till I get to 500. And I'm not there yet. Another bus. This one is the 35. Hello, 35. Whoops. Best, worst videographer. Anyway. See? 35. Maybe you couldn't see that. I don't know. Darren. D-A-R-Y-N. They know who he is. They know who I am. On President's Day, they actually came out, and some guys over there in the front line were up in the driveway. If you walk up that driveway, you are likely to get arrested. So they not only walked up there, but they were doing like skits where they were doing things like miming being shot and falling over dead. The ice holes did not approve. Came out, tried to catch them, caught a few of them. But the young ones, They run fast. They haul ass. So they came out 3 times trying to catch him. And after the 3rd time, coming, and of course they come out wearing like 35, 40 pounds of tactical crap, going, full mall commando. So we laughed at them. We laughed. Over there, we were over here across the street. We were not on the property, and all we did was laugh. Well, they came out all 3 times, guns drawn, like not rubber bullets, lead bullets. We laughed at them, so they pointed their guns at us. They were threatening to shoot us because we laughed. Hey, BG. I drafted Community Matters. Somebody wanted to know what ghetto bullshit this was. They missed it. Hey, we have an axolotl. That is an adorable costume. I saw some guy wearing it. It's like, okay, it's pretty cute, but I don't think I would look right wearing it. You do you. Oh, they're on the side there. They're not in the driveway. Although, they're down, if you're on that sidewalk, they will pepperball you too, so. Those are the guys in the front line. Yeah, I would love to have a better stream, and actually, like, have this video be, like, high quality and not just total potato quality. My phone is capable of better than this. Xfinity Wi-Fi is not. And my T-Mobile service is also not, at least not with a Pixel phone. I've got an Xfinity, not an Xfinity, Netgear hotspot, the same one that Pretend Media uses. But I don't have any service for it yet. It just arrived today. It's at home topping off its battery. Somebody's got a recommendation for service. Love it. I am going to try and trick whatever provider I use into not seeing that my GoPro is a GoPro with behind a Wi-Fi hotspot. I'll limit the streaming to like 1080p or something. I might even limit it to 720, but I'd like to have it at least be HD. But I'm going to be out here streaming for, a couple hours at a time. So I need to do some hacking to make it so that they can't tell that that's what I am using. My phone records for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before I really start to, need to plug in a battery. I could get more. If I, didn't have this, I could get a little more if I didn't need my phone to also be a medical device. I drop off periodically for 10 seconds to check my blood glucose. My phone does that for me, and I need to keep track of that. That's one of the reasons why I want to use a camera instead of my phone. Hey, Mayflower. So somebody set up a Bluetooth speaker across way. I don't know how well that is coming through with all the traffic noise and me yapping. The fuck? Add a Q&A sticker, what? YouTube is doing weird shit.
Yeah.
That's fairly normal for YouTube.
I thought beheading babies and ripping off their legs is pretty baby dolls, pretty weird.
Sounds like somebody doesn't approve of Antifa. That tree over there, that tree right there is a bit weird. It is a living art piece. It's different every time I come down here. That is Antifa. I took a picture of it last week, and it is now my thumbnail for these videos that I stream, because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I can't be bothered to go and shoot some, picture and then start a stream with that now. I ain't doing that. So yeah, when I get set up, even if it's just with the Wi-Fi hotspot and my phone, I'd be able to, walk around and head over there across the street where Wi-Fi would not reach, and over there where the over on the right where they set up the sound system on the weekends. It will be nice to do it that way. Speaking of the glucose check, I'm going to drop the stream for just a second while I go and do that. Be right back. Woohoo! 107. I will take it.
I do not. I don't hang with pedophiles. Fuck off, you children fuckers. Yeah. Cheeky Bell.
That would be one of the counter protesters coming over here to harass protesters. Mike is one of the regulars out here. He streams, and like all of the counter protesters do, and they are kind of I don't know if any of them actually believe the shit that they are selling. It's funny that they all are absolutely in lockstep with literally anything Donald Trump ever says. They come out here, they, parade in like white supremacist costumes. They will turn their camera away and then start a fist fight, and then turn the camera back to catch the response to being hit or pepper sprayed in the face. I mean, they have not been intellectually honest, in my opinion. I guess this altercation here is probably the more interesting thing going on out here. So, a few weeks ago, I came out here, and they, there were 1,000 people out here because This is why I wish I were horizontal. There was, all right, so they're harassing him. They will not leave him alone. Oh, and Mike is looking to see if he can escalate some more. But, I mean, they're... So they came over here to try and see if they could instigate something. And Mike is obliging. So, as I was saying, the labor, there was a labor union rally against ICE. Hi, Wendy. All right. And they tear gassed, and tear gas is really, you know, spicy 4th of July smoke. So I was out here when they did that, and I was right there, right across that crosswalk is that, you know, yellow little textured square. I was right there, ready to move if they dropped a tear gas canister into the driveway, because a couple of people walked into the driveway. You know, there were 1,000 people out here. There were 8-year-olds. It was a family event, but a couple of people stepped into the driveway. So I expected they were gonna, you know, and in fact, the guy on the sound system said, you know, if you've got PPE, now would be a good time to put it on. They're telling us that, you know, they're gearing up and they're likely to drop some pepper spray or, you know, some tear gas. Well, I didn't have any sort of, you know, protection against that, so I was ready to move because I am legally blind, an albino, asthmatic, an insulin-dependent diabetic. I have diabetic liver damage and stage 4 melanoma, for which I take chemotherapy that destroys my immune system. I figured I should probably, you know, move if they drop a tear gas canister in the driveway. Might need to move back 2 or 3 blocks, right? They didn't drop one. They dropped 8 at the same time. It was like a cluster bomb. All at once. Well, it looks like the excitement there is over. So, I got tear gas pretty good. I wandered 2 blocks off to my right here, back toward the OHSU building. Somebody grabbed me and took me a 3rd block, and then down to the river behind me. So 6 blocks total. And, you know, helped me wash out my eyes and, you know, clear my face. Gave me a decontamination wipe to, you know, help. It helped, in air quotes. I've spent 4 days recovering from just a little bit of tear gas exposure. And I found out later on that night, they dropped stuff that wasn't tear gas. It's hexachlorophane. BG has posted some information from Wikipedia about it. It's nerve gas. It causes lung failure, liver damage, nerve damage. In high concentrations, you just pass out and die. It's illegal to use in warfare, and the U.S. Navy has determined that it should not be used on anybody, ever. But they use it on people here. There's a protest going on around here. It's pretty low-key, no violence. Those are the guys on the... If I can zoom, come on, phone. There we go. Those are the guys on the front line. If you cross that blue line in front of them there, you get arrested pretty hard. There's a couple of people over there. Well, there were. Mike and a couple other people. Some counter-protesters were hassling him. And there's about 15 people behind me.
Oh, no. The operative number is there's 200 people out there.
Because I'm not going to show them, so I'm supposed to say there's 200 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just show what's here.
Only out of the fact that we know that the chuds are watching everybody's live stream.
No, fuck those guys. That is Brown Zero. He was making fun of a Cybertruck. Where is he? Again, best, worst. Say hi, Brown Zero. He's ignoring me and crossing the street. He can't hear me. Yeah, he was streaming on TikTok and making fun of a Cybertruck that drove by. But, I live down here in this neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. And, the day that I was out there for, 15 minutes before they dropped the tear gas. I was there at the, labor rally for the whole thing. It was about an hour long. And I went home after that, and the next day, in my apartment, which is not real close to here, it's not very far away, it's an easy walk for a guy who has no stamina because of chemo. I got tear gassed a second time on Sunday in my own apartment, and people in a senior living building, which is 6 blocks from where I'm sitting, were calling 911 because of tear gas exposure inside. They put that much tear gas, and they also used that hexachlorothane. In fact, the gas cloud was causing people ill effects over 1.5 miles away at Portland State University. So I went home from that, and I wrote a letter to the editor of the Oregonian newspaper, and I said, instead of worrying about the fact that my insurance wants to cut out paying for my chemotherapy and my insulin, I'm wondering what kind of gas mask do I need to buy, because I live here. Well, one of the medics in the area told me what I should buy, and here it be. This would be the mask that I bought. Olive stripe filters. I can't tell if you can see that really well. Yeah, you can there. Olive stripe. It's kind of the most expensive of the 3M type filters. And if they start dropping tear gas out here, usually you will know that they're going to do it because somebody is causing them some irritation. Never any real threat. They do it in the event of irritation. They are allowed to do it if there was a temporary restraining order that allows them to do it if they feel threatened. But if somebody walks up and starts pounding on the gate and saying, "Hey, quit your job," "Oh my God, we're scared. We got all these guns and bulletproof vests and tactical gear, and we're scared for our lives." Fucking little bitches. So we don't put much stock in the TRO, but there haven't been groups of many hundreds of people out here. It's usually been topping out about 100. We've been doing this for a year. I wasn't out here the whole year. I've only been out here since September. But people have been doing this for a year now, and it's hard to maintain hundreds all the time, especially on a weekday. And I'm not paying attention to chat. Oh, Freya, sorry. Bleh. I don't remember people's names. I don't recognize everybody by name. So if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. Don't trust the blind guy to know people's names by sight through a camera. We're doing our best. Man, I really... The thing is, I've been saying this in comments lately, and I don't know if the comments are being deleted or if people are reading them and just nodding and scrolling on by or what.
Hey, friend.
Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Burrito?
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Brownie cookie?
Oh, even better.
We're spoiling you tonight.
Yeah.
Hello.
I sent her a picture of a breakfast burrito I had for lunch.
I saw that.
They're not vegan, but they're brownies. Sea salt.
I'm vegan. These are vegan.
Thank you. I think there's a guy over there. He's homeless. He would probably need a burrito.
We've already been down there, and they'll get any extras we got. So
Okay, awesome. Sorry.
I'm not leaving any comrades behind, I promise.
Sorry, no, I was just he was saying he didn't know who you were. And
Charlie, do you mind being seen?
Thank you so much.
This is Charlie. She is.
Famous burrito lady.
She. I named her Burrito Fairy on Signal. She is genuinely one of the heroes out here. She comes out 3 nights a week. She does this herself. She makes vegan burritos.
I don't just make the burritos myself. I have help.
She got help. I helped her get help. That's why she's on Signal. And you are still the only person to ever actually donate to my Venmo just to
Well,
because you couldn't find the email address.
Yeah, and I didn't want to just like put my phone number in like YouTube chat.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
All right, well, let me finish handing these out.
Oh,
maybe
please.
chat.
Yes. People love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the brownie. Yeah, my blood sugar's a little low tonight. Due to me taking like extraordinary amounts of insulin because I just had a steroid injection in my arm and I haven't worked out how much to compensate for yet. So RLY. Or just call her Burrito Fairy like I do. Her standard greeting is, would you like a burrito? We truly appreciate her. And they're always very hot. She brings them out here and they are very hot and they're very good. I would like them with cheese, but it's hard to make them, vegan and also not. Vegan's pretty easy for everybody. They're just beans and rice, some spice. There's some salsa, a little bit of pepper in there. Really simple, really good, very flavorful. I just like my cheese. Delicious as always. She drives down here from Washington to feed us. Costs her about $20 to do it. But she can feed us all for like $20. That's not bad. Yeah, so this is what a typical weeknight is like. It's not too exciting. It's just
wear camo. So I can respect people getting themselves to what they do.
the Chud streamers are behind me.
You don't have a rig, you don't have a Travis bar. Travis is not a rescue swimmer, he's a dental assistant. Did you find that out? Okay. I'm sure you don't have to have information. I don't do that. Kind of lost his mind. Help, Mike. Got that, Mike? I hope it doesn't hurt too much. I hope they gave you some good pain meds. I don't think so. He's kind of,
40. Boss 40.
That flag is right side up. Yes, America. America. Yeah. The greatest nation this side of heaven.
They don't have Tommy with them tonight, so they can come over here. Tommy's not allowed within 6 feet of us because he keeps starting fist fights. I think these guys would probably like to start one with Mike, but I don't know if he's willing to take the bait. I hope not. I mean, I might have to change my name to Have Another Burrito. I really do prefer tacos, so. I've done a pretty good job with, really it's just, I love Mexican food in general. And I used to go somewhere that they always had a taco bar, and you could get just really good carnitas tacos. And I'm not talking like, you know, Taco Bell type shit. I'm talking like you pick up 2 little corn tortillas right out of a tortilla warmer, and some carnitas and a little bit of that crumbly Mexican cheese. Oaxaca, it's called, named for a region in Mexico. A little bit of lime, cilantro if you like it. I think it tastes like soap. I skip it. A little bit of crema. Sometimes they had some avocado. I mean, real shit, real food. Like, you will not find good food like that in, you know, most places that you go and eat out. And oh man, it was so good. I could eat Mexican food like that 6 days a week. I mean, I can also eat like Taco Bell, but this had so much flavor. It's not too heavy. It's filling. You won't gain a bunch of weight eating that kind of food. But then again, I'm, you know, an insulin-dependent diabetic. We come in 2 flavors. The type 1s tend to be really skinny because they basically can't eat. Okay, they can, but they have to take a lot of insulin to do it. And the type 2s, we all are basically Shrek-shaped. And it doesn't matter what we eat, we will not lose the weight. We will not, our body doesn't process insulin properly. So it's not that we don't make it, it's that we can't use it. So we all gain weight and look like fat asses. That's Mr. Fat Ass. But eat good food when you can. And if you end up being poor and, stage 4 cancer and, asthma and everything else like me, you eat what you can afford, which is less good food. And then you come down to a protest and the wonderful burrito lady brings you pretty damn good food. Too hot to eat when she first hands it to you. What are they doing? Is Blaze over there just not in his costume? I can't tell. I can't tell if it's Blaze or not. It's hard to recognize my animal friends when they're not dressed like animals. Oh, I can't tell from here. Again, best, worst protest videographer, the blind guy. Seriously though, before I started coming out here, I had never really talked to any of these protesters. Not since like my college days when there was a protest against George Bush going into Iraq. And I talked with some people. And there was, I walked by the Student Union building and they had a, protest against Bush. I walked by later. There was a counter protest in favor of Bush. I walked by a third time and there was a counter protest who didn't really have any feelings one way or the other about George W. Bush, but they really thought that the second group should leave the first group the hell alone because they had a right to be out there. And I came by a fourth time. I'm shit you not. This all happened one day. And all three groups were standing out in front of the building smoking weed because it was Eugene. It was not legal, but they were doing it. I know which group had the best bud. That would be the Bush group, the original protesters, because they were willing to go to prison for 20 years to have it. Nobody was arresting them in Eugene for smoking weed out on the sidewalk. It was not legal, but nobody cared. It's Eugene. I think that was the only common ground they were gonna find. No, but these are good people out here. They do actually care about. I mean, I'm surprised how many of them are former Republicans who, you know, are out here because they care about the Constitution. That surprised me. There's quite a few of those. One of these days, I need to bring Wendy, who's walking back over there. She turned and tried to show the camera her sign, but I was zoomed in too much. Wendy, I met her like properly out at Jeff Merkley's town hall. I now need to get her like an art print of like broccoli. I get it to her. And she's not going to remember why, probably, because, you know, weird shit happens out here, and it's like, whatever. But I thought it was funny. The egg was not so funny. More broccoli would have been. There are people out here. I won't say there's been people out here 24 hours a day because people show up in the evening, and they've been showing up a little later. They were showing up at, you know, by 6 and staying out here until at least 10. But then there's a few people who stay late night. They're more the, you know, the people who come out here and block, but not necessarily all of them. They come out here and make sure that the ICE people can't do anything in the dead of night without somebody knowing about it. And they go home and sleep during the day. The day shift shows up, and there are people like, there's an organization called PERC. There are people who are legally in the country, or have been legally in the country, because Trump keeps finding ways to say that if you're brown, you're no longer legal in this country. Even if you were and you did it all the right way. We used to say, we want immigrants to come into this country the right way. Well, these guys did. And they have, like, appointments. They have to do check-ins, and they do them at that building. So the PERC people will take down your information as you're walking into the building. If you have a lawyer, they'll take down your lawyer's information. If you do not have a lawyer, they will get your permission to call one if you go into the building and you don't come back out. You know, I've been in Oregon long enough to remember when Merkley was elected, and when he was elected, he was the biggest yes man. He annoyed me. He's grown into his own. And back then, I talked to Ron Wyden about electric cars. Because it turns out that electric cars, you know, most of them make some kind of noise now when they're operating on battery, at low speeds especially. They would do tests, and they did the NISTA did some tests, and they found that 75% of the people. Fuck ice! 75% of the people who were tested could not avoid being run over by an electric car. 25% never heard it at all, and the other 50% couldn't get out of the way in time. And they did this with, like, hearing tests, you know. And the problem is, the people that are dying were not blind people like me, they were kids. So, you know, we were trying to get these electric cars to make some noise, like they do now. And when I went to talk to Ron Wyden, you know, I flew all the fucking way to Washington, D.C. to talk to Ron Wyden about this. And what he says to me is, isn't there some little box that you blind people can carry that'll tell you if there's an electric car somewhere on the road? Beep, beep, beep. Somewhere around you in your general vicinity is a death machine you can't hear. Thank you! I didn't actually call him an idiot to his face. I did call him an idiot after I walked out the door. He's also gotten a little smarter. Maybe there is something to be said for not, you know, electing people who have absolutely no experience. Although, I would still vote for Jon Stewart if he ran for president. If Jon Stewart ran for president, people keep asking him if he's going to run, and he won't answer. If he runs, I will vote for his ass. Because he knows what's going on. He's been close enough to stuff. And he knows how to talk to people about it. And he genuinely gives a fuck. That's enough. That's enough for me to say that, you know, he would not be a complete fuck up. Because he pays attention. And he cares. If he does run, I hope he picks AOC. Somebody suggested the other night Mark Kelly should run. Again. Should tap AOC. Run away, soda! Sprite escape. Open with care. Anyway, I really think the next president should be AOC. But people keep pointing out she isn't white and she's a woman. And they think a lot of Americans will not elect a woman, and specifically a non-white woman. But not a woman at all. And I hate to think they might be right. Either way, what we really need to do is stop electing people who are fucking 80 years old. Newer ones all do. Newer ones all do. There are now regulations about that new ones have to. And the thing is, back when I was talking to Ron Wyden and deciding that he was an idiot, the car companies told us that they were willing to make them make noise. What they said, though, was, we want you to go to Congress and get them to pass the fucking regulations so that we know what it has to do. Because it costs money to engineer that kind of thing. And we're happy to spend the money to do it once. We don't want to have to spend the money to do it a second time. So if you'd help us with that, and I still couldn't get... Ron Wyden wanted us to get some box that we could carry so it wouldn't be a burden on other people to deal with it. And Jeff Merkley just asked me what Ron Wyden said. And we kind of told him that Ron Wyden said it was definitely an important issue, and you know, people's safety was was essential, which he kind of said, sort of. So we lied to Jeff Merkley about what Ron Wyden said. We just, you know, gave him a politician's answer. Told him what he wanted to hear. r/ technically the truth. Give me just a second, guys. The wind has picked up, and I want to button up a bit. Buckeyes! Ice out of Portland! Huh. I got up, I buttoned up my jacket, and I didn't even knock you guys over this time. So, if you get the 3M filters, those are pretty good for standard CS gas, which really is smoke. But the particles are heavy enough, and it you know, organic gas filters, it'll do the job. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. I don't think the hexachlorothane is going to be stopped by the yellow filters, which is why I was told get the olive filters. They're the ones that do acid vapor, organic vapor. Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere! But it gives you the chance to use your lip.
I got some in my front. Really, one of our medics out here, Cayenne, told me what to get for my respirator. She said if I could afford it, she really wants me to be wearing something called a PAPR, positive air something. Positive air pressure respirator, that's what it is. It actually, pulls fresh air through the filters and pumps it into the respirator so that you always have a fresh, clean air supply, and you don't have to work at it to get it. And then you just, when you breathe out, it expels what's in the mask and what you're breathing.
It was good to see you. Hug.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We
Have a good
really
night.
love you coming out here.
Thank you. Have a good night.
That was Charlie. She's going home. The wind has picked up. It's cold. The air's not that cold, but the wind is cold. It will get down to below freezing tonight, though. So our overnight crowd are phenomenal.
Fuck off, Tito! fucking touch your children. Don't touch your children. Hey, leave our children alone. Leave our children alone. Right there, we have a couple pedophiles. 5 toddler touchers. 5 pedophile protectors. Fuck off. Fuck off.
I really think they're doing a good job of just antagonizing each other, really.
Fuck off, pedos. Fuck off, pedos. Fuck off, pedos. They're not welcome in Portland, you fucking pedophiles.
Pedo!
Expose them, everybody.
Pedo there! Come expose the
Brian
pedo!
Beach is a fucking toddler toucher. He's a woman. He's a woman handler. He likes to put his hands on only women because he's a fucking pussy.
Girls!
You too. Hey, we know where you're going. We know that Tinkerbell has a fucking pillow at your place. Does he keep his underwear over there too? Does he have to change his clothes over there too? Yeah, he does. Does he have to go there too in your fucking bathroom? Does he? Yeah, he has those towels in there too, doesn't he? Yeah, that's a good guy. Yeah, go. I mean, we knew you'd find a friend someday, Shane. And it seems you have. It seems you have. You have a friend in Tinker. You have a friend in the bell, Tinker Bell. Yeah, you found
Japanese
a
car?
friend. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Go fuck yourself. Hey, where's Tommy? Where's Tammy boy? Huh? You'll take the fucking tickle with your tongue tonight? That must be really disappointing.
Oh my God, would these guys just get a room?
Okay, I'm gonna get my truck now and use my drugs. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
The 3 of them really should just get a room. Nah, they're assholes, and Mike just knows how to be an asshole right back. But I do think all 3 of them are entertained by it. Well, I do have after I bought my respirator, I picked up a couple at a medical supply drop. They told me, how many to take, and I took that many, and then somebody else sent me that many. So realistically, if I needed to use 2 sets of filters a month, which is about what I could have to use if it was serious out here, I've got a couple months supply. I'm just as glad to not need them, but if I do, I've got them. At least for a little while. All right, so there's a problem out here. I do need to plug in my phone for a bit. The problem is it's plugged in, and here's the battery. That is about as long as my cord is. I don't have a long cord out here tonight. Just a shorty. Bus 35. If I can get pointed at 35. We love our buses, especially us blind people, because they don't let me drive. Although, since I can't drink, if we go to a bar, I'll have like a diet soda or something. And I will volunteer to be the designated driver. Because if you are drunk enough to give me your keys, you shouldn't be driving home. Can I fit this battery in the clamp behind the phone? Probably not. I'm going to see if I can. Sorry for shaky cam, guys.
Leave our children alone, please.
Oh God, they're pulling out the amplifier.
Quit touching the children. Quit touching the children, please. It's pretty fucking gross. 9-year-olds?
Nope, I can't.
9-year-olds staying with the wife? Oh my God. And then Tinkerbell over there with his lineup of 7-year-olds. That's fucked up. Please.
And I dropped the whole battery.
Please. Portland is not welcoming. Pedophile. Please.
Sorry for the shaky cam.
Leave pedophiles. Please leave. Your stench is fucking revolting. Leave.
Back to Delaware.
Leave. Leave. Go back to Shane's apartment and touch each other. Because we know that you haven't changed your clothes over there, Tinkerbell.
Be right back, guys.
Come on, Tinkerbell. You haven't changed your clothes over there. We know. We know. We know you have your own pillow. You have your own pillow. Come on. Shane's got a boyfriend. Shane's got a boyfriend.
I will never repent. Hell Satan.
All right, I have a battery solution. I have a battery, and I have some gaffer tape. Proper gaffer tape, which means I should be able to get it back off of here when I am ready to pack up and go home. We'll see how that works. How ghetto is this? I don't care! Haha, we are powered! move and it doesn't move, she brought out the WD-40. If it moved and it shouldn't move, she pulled out the duct tape. And if it was something that was split and needed to be unsplit, but needed to kind of still be able to move a bit, she pulled out the shoe goo. So I told you guys a story about, my letter to the editor of the Oregonian. And then I, basically said instead of worrying about my medicine like I should be, I was wondering what kind of gas mask to buy. Now, I did win, the argument with the insurance company. My cancer drugs and my insulin are being paid for. But, I did need that respirator, and I got one. Because I can take, if you missed that earlier, I said I can take, in the time it took for me to get some help when they sprayed everybody, I could have gotten 6 people to somebody, who had a couple of water bottles, water and saline and some decon wipes, and, take care of them. 6 people in the time it took for somebody to take care of me. And I would be proud to do that because they fucking sprayed 8-year-olds. You gas fucking 8-year-olds? I hate you. But after I got that, I told my mom, now I've got that, I'm going to need a helmet because these guys will target medics and other helpers. You theoretically are using tear gas because you want the crowd to disperse, right? But they throw down flashbangs at the same time, which keep you in place and disorient you. So that the tear gas is fucking up your breathing and your vision, so they can come out and basically bust your heads. They don't want people to disperse. And since they're using stuff that, cuts off your breathing, at the same time they're using stuff that keeps you in place, tell me that's fucking non-lethal. Tell me it's non-lethal. And then they start with the rubber bullets and they shoot at people who are helping pull people out of the crowd to safety. People who are helping disperse the crowd. So I told my mom at the very least I needed a helmet. And she said, son, you don't have to go out there. And I made her cry. I said, Mom, you raised me better than that. If I can help, I have to help. She cried. She said, I did my best. And I think I did all right. Now, I know damn well my mom doesn't watch my streams. But in the odd chance that you are watching, Mom, yeah, you did. You did fine. I actually have a riot bump helmet. I went out to where we had some medical supplies for people who are helping. That's where I got the Sudicon wipes. And there was a fucking plate carrier. And a couple of helmets. And one of them was like a full-on, riot bump helmet. I walked away with the bump helmet because it fits over my mask, more or less. If I adjust the straps, it will. I need to get some longer straps or strap extension or some damn thing. And it will fit over the mask. It's a little tall. But that's an option. And the plate carrier didn't have plates in it, but, for stuff that reasonably you would expect, non-lethal. You can do a lot with, some thick nylon cutting boards and a table saw. However, Heather, one of the other rebel scum out here, tiny person, uses a wheelchair, bought a full-ass plate carrier with, they're not modern ceramic plates, they're older steel plates, but full-ass plate carrier with steel plates. And she said, it doesn't fit me, even at the smallest size. I'm getting a replacement, and when I do, if you want it, it's yours. So that'll help me organize stuff at least. So you can attach damn near anything you want to a plate carrier. And it'll be heavy as fuck. But, I am afraid that, right now not much is going on, but I'm afraid that getting on toward the election, these guys might start switching to live fire. And if they like to target people who are helping, that means I could be, they've already pointed a gun at me, threatening to shoot me for laughing at them. What happens when they decide that, that it's time to start putting down the protesters? Is that a realistic concern? I would have said no a year ago. Axolotl running away. Oh, walking down the sidewalk. Axolotl is taking some risks. You walk on that sidewalk, they might treat it like you've crossed the blue line. Somebody told me, I was walking on the sidewalk yesterday, and somebody told me that. I'm like, oh, then I'm getting the fuck off this sidewalk, because my thing is I do not violate any laws out here. None. I don't trespass. I don't clown on them in their own driveway. I do nothing that realistically could be considered by any even remotely. I do nothing. I don't photograph their plates. Not that that does any good, because they use fake plates, stolen plates. I don't follow them around. I can't drive. But given my medications and the fact that they deny medical care to anybody they arrest, it would be profoundly stupid for me to do anything that would be kind of tempting fate. So I don't. Because if I get arrested and I'm gone for a couple weeks and off my medicine, I may not come back out here at all. Appreciate the love. Thank you, Darcy. My biggest protection, though, is if you see where those guys are in the costumes across the street there. I won't go there. If shit is getting serious, the closest I will go is over here, and probably back to the right side of where that orange bag is there, because I don't want to. I want to help. I don't want to tempt fate, but I will help. That's a good brownie. I will be right back, guys, doing the blood and sugar check. 118, I'm fine. The walk home will take me down to 90, and at that point I should keep an eye on things. I have to eat something that has a carbohydrate in it pretty quickly if I get below about 75. But 90 is like normal. That's not even normal for a diabetic. 90 is normal for like a normal person. Good to pretend I'm one of those for a few minutes now and then. Hello, from Albuquerque. Glad to see you here. I got a friend in Los Lunas who I'm sure is not watching my stream right now because she's probably getting up and getting ready for work. Oh, yeah, Shane's a prick. There is a person who comes out here, and he was a victim, and they very much were. He was a victim as a child, and they were taunting him with those sorts of implements and making fun of him for having been abused, and honestly, I've said before, I break no laws out here, and I'm not going to change that, but if I had reason to, that is one of those things that gives me reason to. You don't fuck with somebody who was victimized as a child. That makes you fucking scum. And you know, one of the things that kept me from even considering walking out here until September was the fact that protesting in Portland used to be very different. And there was even some signs of that earlier, you know, before June of last year. I was a Republican, I've said that before. I was attacked in October of 2016 by some guys who were wearing black and red and masks, and nobody'd heard of Rose City Antifa when they did it, but we heard of them after that day. Dozen people were chasing me down the road because I shook somebody's hand 5 years earlier, before he did the thing that made them so much hate him. You know, I was just, hey, this is my friend Mike. Mike, this is Joseph. Joseph, this is Mike. Hi, Mike. When I found out what Mike was doing originally, I was not a fan. I told him so. A few months later, when he stopped doing things that way, he would do kind of this thing where you know, he'd hold his phone down at his side underhand. Well, it wasn't a phone at the time. It was actually a separate camera. But he'd hold it underhand at his side, and he'd talk to you up here while he was recording down here. You didn't see that he was recording. I didn't like that tactic. It's one thing when you're going into a place to do, you know, that kind of hidden camera, investigative journalism thing. But if you're just like walking up on people out on the street and they don't know they're being recorded and you're just trying to see if you can get somebody out there who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and then they became the video and the face of the protest, I'm not a fan of that. Especially when another guy I knew would walk up to you holding his camera right up in front of his face, and he'd ask you, can I ask you some questions? And he'd get the same kind of video content without the sleight of hand bullshit. I had a lot more respect for Mike when he stopped doing that. But Mike, I haven't heard that he's active at all. And maybe it's because he thinks that it's not safe for him to be out here. But I suspect it has a lot more to do with the fact that he was a libertarian, not really a Republican. And while he was willing to be kind of allied with MAGA, when it seemed like that was going to make the country a better thing, he's big on the Constitution too. I suspect he wants nothing to do with this current iteration of MAGA with the fascism, and I don't think he wants any part of that.
Kill yourself!
They are pretty much, they're as long as they get the fuck out of the way when you know, the ICE agents want to come and go, if they don't block them when they're coming in or going out, they're allowed to be there. They're allowed to make some noise. They need to keep the volume down after 10 and until, you know, sometime in the morning. I don't know what time. But they do that. As long as they do that, they're legal. And there's a group behind me. And I think these guys are all like, just a few people. They're still out here. I try not to show people's faces if they don't want to be seen, but I think pretty much everybody out here at this point it started getting windy and cold, so people went home. I'm going to be back in a moment. I'm going to go throw some stuff away. Say hello to Joey over there, who's showing. Got a nice seat. But yeah, the counter-protesters just come over here and hassle, try to see if they can start a fist fight, see if they can just, you know, harass and irritate. They do start fist fights. Or they try to trigger, you know, there's a couple of people that, you know, if they come out here and they've had a beer or two, you can probably convince them with enough harassment to throw that first punch. And if they can't get you to throw the first punch, they will. That is why the guy, Tommy Boy, has a restraining order. He cannot come within 600 feet of this protest. So what he does is, instead of walking up on the protest, he drives by. God bless Trump. God bless ICE. God bless America. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. So when I started doing this, I didn't just, you know, come down here and start streaming. I would record ahead of time and upload, because I would start somewhere down here in this neighborhood, and different places every time, because I live here. And I'd start recording, and I'd walk down here. I'd record what was here, and then I would leave. And, you know, I'd offer my own opinions, but I'd just simply record what was here, and I'd leave. And I'd be talking before and after. And people used to accuse me of staging and editing my videos. It's like the entire video was one long fucking take. How is that edited? And I literally started somewhere in the 6 blocks between here and OHSU. And I started recording and walking down here. $40! Love our buses! Sorry, guys. Always gotta pay respect to the bus. But yeah, they accused me of recording, so then one day I'm like telling the story of why I didn't think I could ever be a Democrat. And it goes back to that incident in 2016 where a dozen people were trying to disconnect my brain and my neck with a crowbar. I've got, you know, I wear these big frickin' boonie hats, right? Big wide brim sun hats, and I wear them year round because I can't sun. I've got one, I still have it. It's got 2 scrape marks down the back brim from a crowbar. 1 swing that got close enough to connect. It scraped my hat, and it ripped my backpack in half, spilling everything I had with me on the ground behind me. Protests used to be very different in Portland, and all because I shook someone's hand and they thought I was going to vote for Trump. I wasn't until that day. I voted out of fear, anger, and spite, pure spite. Learn from my mistake. Don't ever fucking do that.
Don't forget, everybody.
Ever. Fuck the entire Republican Party at this point.
That's right. A bunch of fucking pedophile protectors.
Hey, another one already. Another bus already. This one's a 35. We love our buses. The meaning of all the parties have changed a lot, and I mean, even since 2016, the meanings of these parties have changed. Although, after I left the Republican Party last year, just last year, I decided I was done with Trump in after January 6th, but literally only left the Republican Party after he came back into power, and the Republicans gave him literally everything he wanted. And I'm like, you guys were the ones who were supposed to say no, but you decided not to, so I couldn't be one anymore. Wasn't ready to be a Democrat because of that incident. So anyway, as I'm describing this incident to the camera, walking down
That would be me.
Bond, which is the street one behind me, from the OHSU area, walking down here, and as I come around the corner by the old spaghetti factory, there's Tommy Boy with his megaphone. I've got a job and I know you don't. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you. Because I'm a multiply disabled, stage 4 cancer patient on chemo who's blind. Nobody's hiring me, especially not in this economy. I'm a guy with 30 years of Linux experience and, data security background. I'm not a half-bad programmer. I did games programming for a while. Yeah, the blind guy did games programming, 3D graphics. But nobody's going to hire me because, multiple disabilities and lots of medical issues. And you can get somebody who's got, 80% of my qualifications and doesn't have that. And most jobs are ghost jobs anyway. So, kind of pissed off about that. There's somebody who said, if he wanted to apologize for saying that because it was so, completely nasty and insensitive, would I listen? I'd listen. I don't know if he would want to say anything that, would be respectable. This is a guy who walked through like Shane and his buddy did, dressed in all white with big red crosses and a cape, one pointy hood short of the full ensemble, quite proudly. So I'm not sure that I'm not sure he's going to want to, but I mean, I'll listen if he has something reasonable he wants to say. But the thing is, oh, hey, I can see the helicopter. Hi, asshole. Ooh, there's the moon. I lost the helicopter. It's behind me now, kind of. They sent it over here to keep an eye on us now and then. But the thing about that is people said I, was staging my videos. That would be one hell of a stage video. I may need to break out the hand warmers. But anyway, it's hard to say I staged a video that had one of the biggest antagonists out here as part of the video that I supposedly staged. The funny thing is, he was saying he worked for a living and he knew I didn't. Fact is, when he said that, He'd been fired from his job the previous week for Buckeyes. He got fired for being a neo-Nazi. So he works for a living. Yeah. Streaming. Whereas I don't monetize I can't monetize anything. But I wouldn't if I could. Can't drink. Diabetic. We cannot alcohol. You know, the thing is, Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files. If he's willing to go and talk about being in the Epstein files and have everything that has his name on it released, he knows that whatever he did has got to be better than what some other people did. Better enough that he's not too worried about what it's going to do to his reputation or anything. And you know, the thing about it is, as far as I'm concerned, the people who accused him of, well, flat out rape, he did it. I'm not talking about Lewinsky, although the power dynamics of that, not cool. But that was at least consensual or something. Somewhat consensual. But whatever he did, he's willing to have it be out there in public. Can't say the same thing for Donald Trump, Peter Thiel, any of the rest. And there's a lot of them. More than a few Democrats, but an awful lot of Republicans too. And it's all supposed to be out there. Legally, it is all supposed to be out there. Let the chips fall where they may, and let the arrests fall where they need to. That's what's supposed to happen. Not while Donald Trump draws breath. Yeah, there's an element to that. Clinton's reputation is trashed. He kind of deserves it to be trashed. If he wasn't diddling children, what are you going to say at this point? If he kept above, 17, then he's just a creep. If he's going after people younger, then, he deserves what I think the fate of all child rapists should be. I don't know if I should say that on YouTube. I got a 7-day on Reddit for saying, not specifically anyone, but that I thought that the penalty for raping children ought to be, think very large building with a dome on it. I have a problem with how we apply the death penalty in this country. I think we will apply it when the evidence is far too weak and far too, do you even have the right guy? Not only do you have the right crime, do you have the right guy? But there's some shit for which we know we have the right guy and the right crime, because there is pretty serious fucking proof. And we don't do what we ought to do with that sort of thing. How much did who get paid? I got paid $1. The Burrito Fairy gave me $1 so she could send me her phone number. I said to my fiance, yeah, I've got strange women out there protesting who are sending me money to give me their phone numbers. No, I was, I had somebody who wanted to help her make burritos for people out here. And I had their signal info, and she couldn't figure out where the email address was to send me hers. So she sent me $1 on Venmo. She's the only person to ever send me anything on Venmo. I'm saving that $1. That will go toward like equipment and you know, cellular service when I can actually stream. I will use it properly. I do not need and I do not want y'all to be paying my bills, but if you want to help with improving the stream so I'm not just sitting here like a bump on a log and I can actually walk around and talk to people, I will take money for that, because I'd like to be able to do that. And I am on a budget. A tight budget, which is why I don't do those things, because I have no money. I had to buy a respirator. So you know what I honestly expect Bill Clinton to do? I expect him to do what he's done every other time he's had to testify. I don't recall. And at this point, the dude is old as dirt. And the other two people who are his age have Swiss cheese for brains. So if he gets up there and says, I don't recall, I might half believe him. Yep, I think it's time to break out the well, it's getting on toward 10 o'clock anyway. So I may not stay out here much longer, but if I do, here's a tip for you guys. Hand warmers, if you're done using them, but they still have some life in them, Ziploc bag. You starve them of oxygen, and when you open them back up again, give them a shake, and they will come back to life. Oh yeah. They're already heating up. Slowly, but I mean, I can already feel that they're not cold anymore. So they are going right into my hands. So I've said before, my godmother, dear Irish godmother, she last time I talked to her, she was very much MAGA, and I assume she still is. And I can't handle finding out that I'm right. So I don't call her. But she said that she was praying that I would, you know, despite all the disabilities and everything else, that I would find some purpose. Honestly, this seems like a purpose to me. I am out here with good people. They're not perfect. They're not, you know, they're not without sin. They're people, normal people, good people who care about their fellow man and woman and children.
Hey, Joseph.
Yep. Hi. How you doing? I'll be right back, guys. You're leaking.
Now this one I'm like, it's rude if I interact with people. So I leave it off.
Well, you ever read the letter I wrote to you?
I'm sorry,
I wrote that letter, and I said if I had a reader on that case, I could help 6 people. I would take the need to get help myself. Got one. Because I had that my Irish godmother, who was probably my nag, I haven't talked to her since January 16th. Said that she was praying I would find something important, something worthy of me.
Well, by golly, her prayer's been answered, except it wasn't what she hoped.
No, but it was the right thing.
Yeah.
I think my mom cried.
Well, that's always good.
Well, I told her, you know, about this. I said, now I need to help her. She's like, I told her, you know, they will directly target anybody who helps them. And she said,
I would offer you a helmet.
I got it.
I'd say I've got 2 nice clean relatively good helmets.
I got a giant blanket like that.
Those are for one, but I also have my own.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to get this
Bicycle. These are pricey.
right now it's an oversized hard hat with a visor.
Yeah, these are pricey.
Those wouldn't fit with like a mask at all. Comes up to here. And it needs to be down here for it to fit with the
Spider Mike said he was going to leave.
I don't know. Shane was fucking with him.
Oh, I'm glad Meg is going because these for the work. Are they open?
I don't know. Tommy didn't come out to play, so
I know, I just thought that some kind of
were entertaining themselves with Sure. Yeah, so it's not
But if anyone loses their rights, we're all next. But two, the other thing is, if you have any compassion when you see others being experiencing fates worse than death, the people they're dragging away in Central Seacot and South Sudan are having fates worse than death. It would be more merciful to die.
And they're putting at these concentration camps, probably are.
Oh, they're dying. And they're putting in
They're
incinerators.
not death camps.
Yes, they are. They're putting in incinerators.
They are now.
They're putting in incinerators, probably partly for the
They haven't been.
the accidental death.
Yeah. They haven't been, but that's like
Oh, well, you know, what about the 4,000 that are missing from Alligator Alcatraz?
That's a very good question, ain't it?
Yeah,
What happened to them?
Who are they and where are they?
Yeah.
That's just my prejudice.
Well, I will say though that there was a report that I got, and the people on my stream are probably listening to this.
Oh, fun.
There was a guy, he said that there was a small part
I use a memory trick. I write names down, and it worked. I was approaching a new wonderful person over there, and I wrote their name, and just fished into my head. Yeah, okay, I remember. Because I can see him.
the guy with lots of body parts.
Martin
Body parts. Like he's got.
Oh, him! I know the guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I cannot think of his
He
name.
comes out during the day.
But he came out, he was like wearing a flag as a cape, which was a little over the top.
Yeah, he's fascinating.
But he said that there was a guy on somebody, like four people in this little house car. And they were driving around in circles trying to eat ice. And then the ice came out and started falling and said like fuck ice inside the car. And they tried to run the ice people off the road.
Hold on. Turn on your headlights! Turn on your lights!
Headlights!
So yeah,
Go away, wind. It's too fucking cold. How are we doing? We are. Hey, 33 watchers and 22 likes. If you appreciate the fact that I come out here and do this shit, please like the video. That helps people find it. And if you want the chat to be saved, please subscribe. It won't be until I get to 500. That's YouTube's rules. Stuff be happening. Go find decent employment!
Fuck you! Fuck you! You're fucking disgusting!
Quit your jobs! Sorry, I wasn't pointing right at the cars as they were leaving. Sorry, guys. I am still the best, worst protest videographer and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. You guys know what you signed up for. Watching this stream. So, I'm going handheld here. Let me grab my ID off of this very decorated sign pole. Oh, these guys don't mind being seen. So I come out here and I bring my little wagon with that little stool's what I bring when I don't have anything else to when I don't bring the wagon, and a couple of folding chairs. And, you know, somebody wants to take one of the chairs, they're welcome to. I walk, so I just bring this all with me. These guys have all packed up the booth that has all the costumes, the inflatable costumes. It's after 10 now, so the whole thing has been, you know, shut down and no more music. Over there is that is Antifa. You know what? It's gonna disconnect if I go over there, and it'll get on the Wi-Fi. It'll suck. If you guys want me to go over there and see if I can get a shot of the tree, I will do my best. It'll be on Wi-Fi, so I have no idea what the quality on the image will be, but I'll do it. I don't know if anybody's still in the chat. Burrito does sound good. I had one. So I'm going to drop off the Wi-Fi, and then I will reconnect. I haven't dropped off yet. What was my Wi-Fi signal like? Oh wow, I got more signal than I thought I did. All right, they're not coming down here. I am shocked that I still have signal at all. Hey, Blaze. So, oh, it got erased. It got erased. Or is it still here? It's still here. It is still here.
You have a good night. Are we going to see you this weekend?
I'll be out here.
Okay, right on. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
I figured I'd come over here and show off Antifa.
Oh, yeah, check out the tree. There's some really good stuff there.
All right. I need two hands to do this because I need to zoom out a bit. If I'm still on the Wi-Fi, I have to not walk on this sidewalk because I do not fancy getting arrested. So this is the living art that is Antifa. It is it's something. It's different every day. There's a frog. You got a bear hanging over there. The doll heads are a little creepy. Is that a minion? No. That is not a... I am live! Dropped off for a second there. Sorry, guys. I am really at the limits of Wi-Fi here. All right, I'm moving back a little bit. So, over here a bit. Somebody wrote, Gilly Detention Center is the new Epstein files. And I wrote, is Trump in there too? That was my addition. I am at the limits of Wi-Fi. I have no idea if this signal looks like complete ass. Were you guys able to see anything over here, BG? It dropped a couple of times. various things scribbled. Some actual art. Everybody's packed up the booth over there. This over here is the base camp. People who stay here overnight, and you know, it's just a place people come over to chill. It's a little ghetto, but you know, it's, what do you expect? You know, outside of a you know, a little disused spot outside of a dead railroad tracks next to a storage building. And oh, there we go. I don't think I ever noticed that before. That spray paint. Not a fan of that. I said before, I'm not a fan of the spray paint. If you want to chalk shit up, go for it. Chalk washes off. If you want to chalk up all this shit, that's cool. But if you want to spray paint stuff, this is my neighborhood, man. These ice holes are going to be gone. They will not survive forever. Hi, friends. Would you guys like to say hi to the internet before you leave?
Hi, Internet.
To my, like, I've got like 25 people watching the stream at this point. Go to bed, you guys. Fuck ice.
Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be here. Try to be out here at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
I'll see you at 5:30.
5:30? I can come out that early, maybe. I think. It's the weekend. I don't have much going on. I might not be able to be out here till 6, though. We'll see. Get out of the way of this car. Well, everybody's going home except for the night shift. There are some people who will be out here all night just to make sure if any shit goes down at, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, somebody knows about it. This shit's important, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna pack up the chairs and then head on home. I will be out here tomorrow, and I will be streaming out here tomorrow, so, and I will bring a longer fucking battery cable. Jeez. So I will see you then. Have a good night, everybody. Have another taco. Tip your waiters, etc. Yeah. I'm Joseph Carter for the ice holes. Charlie Alpha Romeo Tango Echo Romeo, Joseph Carter. And I am proud to be Rebel Scum. Have a good night, everybody.